What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. So just another recap on today's trading. I wanted to do a quick recap on my trade with ZSAN, kind of letting you guys know where I bought in, why, where I sold, and why, and what my whole initial plan was when trading ZSAN. So if you guys didn't know, TechBud Solutions is a free group that you can join. The link is provided for you down below. If you guys would like to be part of our group chat where we talk about our best practices and what we're trading, feel free to email me for the welcome document, which will provide you with all the links. It's at techbuds@mail.com. That email is also provided for you down below as well. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So we started the morning off how we always do, just saying good morning to one another. Right away, I introduced ZSAN just because of the pre-market move it had. So I'm going to get into it. I alerted the team the bounce on 285, which is what I was expecting, which is why I bought in at 285. Ended up going to lows of 280, and that's where it actually bounced. And then I told them I'm in at 285, and then I told them that I'm following with a trailing stop loss. So if you guys don't know what a trailing stop loss is, I did upload a video on how to use a stop loss with Robinhood or with whatever brokerage company you're using. I just used Robinhood as an example. So feel free to click on this video. So I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. So ZSAN, again, what was I thinking when going into ZSAN? So looking at how it traded yesterday, we did trade ZSAN yesterday. I caught it at 215 and was able to ride it at 227. And then once I sold, just because of the resistance I was able to identify right there, a couple traders, because of my alert, were able to ride it and continue to ride it all the way up to $3 and make nearly 30-40% of profit. So today I built the support at 270, and as you see, when it broke highs of $3, it set at new support at 270 and continued to hit that $3 resistance multiple times. So if you see that it bounces in between these levels quite often. As you can see, the volume got really high and all of a sudden broke the $3 mark and hit highs of 349, which is a resistance at around 350. And that's the overall resistance that I'm able to identify. So now going into it, during how it played out aftermarket and how it's going pre-market, I was able to identify that the new support that it built was around the 275 area. Although the reason I chose to go in at 285 was because of this. So I saw support building at 285, and I've missed out. I missed out on ZSAN on not being able to ride it to its fullest potential. I wanted to play it safe, but I wanted to not be too concerned on my entry point as I could average out, right? So I got in at 285 because of this area. I thought this was going to be somewhat of a support that it was going to bounce at. It did bounce initially and then broke right through 285 and then hit lows of, as you see here, 280, and then popped right up. As it popped up, a couple traders followed with their entry points. So as you can see, a couple traders did follow, saying that they're up 10%, locked in $150 of profit. Thanks to my alert. About sharing best practices, nor in any way do I suggest buying in at any point that I go in. I'm just talking about where I'm trading, why, where I'm selling, why, and then if I make a mistake, then I'm willing to share it with you guys. If I do something good like today, then I'm here to share it with you guys so you guys can learn from my best practices as well. So as the stock continued to rise from this initial bounce, I'm going to get a little bit closer so you guys can see how it played out. So as it continued to rise, I was thinking, okay, where am I going to be selling? Because every time you buy in, you have to know where to sell. I knew right away, since this resistance that it built pre-market was going to be one that was going to be somewhat difficult to pass. Because this is a momentum stock and I'm not much of a momentum trader, I'm more of a technical trader, which means I perform more of technical analysis and try to identify supports and resistance and catch it at the bounce. This thing is a little bit scary. I mean, this thing was trading at like $1 about a couple weeks ago, and being able to know that it's at $3 and mainly based on hype, it's kind of scary. So I wanted to make sure that I was following with a trailing stop loss. So every time it went up 5 cents, I followed with a trailing stop, right below 5 cents. So if it was at 310, I was at 305. When it broke 315, I was at 30999. And once it broke, above 325, I put my support at 320. I mean, my stop loss at 320. And right as it, hit 325, it filled at 320 and then hit lows of about 313, and then bounced right up, hit highs of 340, and then continued to kind of plateau. So it's kind of plateauing at this like 320 resistance, and it's most likely, well, based on where it's at right now, it actually should be showing that it's actually like around the 310 mark. as you can see right here. So now it's kind of messing around right here. I told him right away, just because of how ZSAN plays out, that most likely it's not going to have a huge pop, meaning that it's not going to pop, from $3 all the way up to, $3.40. Although it almost did show. I mean, realistically, it's just not very realistic based on the history on what happened yesterday. When it peaked out at that 350 point, yes, it had little bounces, but nothing back to the point of the 350 area. So to not get greedy and to not, get emotional or hopeful, I just wanted to make it clear that most likely, based on the history, it doesn't have huge bounces. It tends to have a really good support, as you guys can see, around the 270, 275 area, but that's about it. So now I have my alert set when it goes below 285 to be able to, if possible, wait for the bounce, catch it, and then, ride it up if it continues to rise. So that's pretty much on why I bought in, where I sold, and why I sold, and the whole breakdown. This was more of a momentum stock with me. I did this trade within 10 minutes. It's probably one of the quickest trades that I've done in a while. And again, being able to lock in $368 worth of profit in 10 minutes, and seeing all the traders within my group being able to lock in $150 within 10 minutes as well is a great thing. And these guys, not everyone has huge accounts. I mean, some people trade with simply $50 just trying to get their feet wet when it comes to trading, and some people trade with hundreds of thousands of dollars. And it really depends on where you're at with trading, and that's the great thing about this group. No matter where you're at, sharing best practices and sharing mistakes is really, I think, something that's going to lead to your success. So thank you guys again so much for tuning in. I am done for the day. I'm really happy with my trade today. Exceeded my daily goal of $250. Really don't want to risk it. I'm going to be trading based on alerts if it continues to go to a point where I'm comfortable buying, and that's pretty much it. So again, if you guys would like to be part of this group chat, feel free to reach out to me. Feel free to email me for the welcome document. I am backed up about 48 to 72 hours with the welcome document, just because of the hundreds of emails I've been receiving. So if you guys can just be patient and getting into the group chat, that would be great. Thank you guys again so much for tuning in. If you guys can give this video a thumbs up, letting me know that you guys enjoy this content, I would really appreciate it. If you guys can subscribe just for our daily recap videos and the different cars that we own. Thank you guys again. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and let's make sure we end the week on a green note. Take care, guys.